piece of get an old bike, they said. It'll be so much fun, they said. Classic, they said. What is up, Two Wheel Bros? Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. In today's video, 2022 lineup naked bikes, all manufacturers. I'm gonna go ahead and put a list together. All these guys right here. Okay, we're gonna put a list together. I'm gonna give you my top three, all the prices, the power, everything. First bike that we're gonna be talking about is the XSR900 Yamaha. Here you guys can go ahead and see it right there. We got two colors available. Legend Blue, which is based on a three-time winning champion, Christian Sourier. I might be saying that wrong. And we also have a Raven edition. Personally, right off the bat, Legend Blue is the way to go. I think you got the gold wheels. It just looks a lot sharper. But then again, hey, you know, the Raven's there for a reason. So if you like that black, then you go ahead and get that black. Simple as that. So the Yamaha comes in right under $10,000. You get a 1-year warranty with that. Here in California, you're probably going to be spending a little bit more money with tax and license. You'll probably be out the door at $11,500, maybe $12,000. So for that 10 grand, you're going to get a year's warranty. You're also going to be getting 115 horsepower, almost 70 foot-pounds of torque. It has a weight of 470 pounds, and that's coming all from a Cross Plains 3-cylinder. So you're going to be getting the torque, you're going to be getting the sound. They even changed some things up with their intake, so it's going to even sound amazing. Remember, I believe that Yamaha were the people responsible helping Lexus out when they were making their LFA engine, and we all know how that turned out as far as sound goes. A almost 4 gallon fuel tank, and their advertising is about 50 miles per gallon. It's gonna be a really punchy, sporty bike, very comfortable. You're gonna be upright, your back's gonna be straight. It's definitely gonna be a nice ride. Another thing that I was absolutely blown away by was the fact that you're getting 4 connecting rods. I mean, I don't know if that has to do with metallurgy has become a lot more easy, accessible, that manufacturers are able to do this and just offer this in their standard 10K bike. But that's just really cool, a true testament to Yamaha. And then for the forks, you're getting fully adjustable KYB 41mm forks. You're getting a monoshock in the rear. You're getting dual disc brakes in the front, 298mm, and then you're also getting a rear disc of 245. And also, I believe the ground clearance on that is going to be about 5.5 inches, 3 to be exact. It'd be a nice canyon bike. Upgraded their brakes. Their brakes are more powerful. When I had my Yamaha and other Yamahas that I have ridden for my friends, the Yamaha brakes always feel to me like spongy. They kind of not necessarily spongy, but it feels like, I don't know who said this, but it's so true. They almost feel like you're just using 2 pieces of wood to clamp down on the rotor. So that's that. Quick shifter standard. You get traction control standard. Also now for the 2022, cruise control is going to be standard as well. I've never had a bike with cruise control. I've never rode a bike with cruise control, but from what I hear is that it's something that once you have it, you do not want to not have it. There's also a few other packages that I'll probably include that you can kind of take a look, because some of it you do have to pay a little extra. There's like a few other packages that you can add onto the Yamaha for sure.
Alright, Two Wheel Bros. The second bike that we're going to be looking at is going to be the Kawasaki Z900. So funny enough, the Kawasaki Z900 was actually inspired by Honda in the late 60s at the Tokyo Motor Show. Honda had just unveiled their CB750, which was going to be a game changer in the US market. So Kawasaki had no choice but to just scrap their 750cc engine that they had been working on for years and years and completely move on to something bigger and badder. So they started to work on a new bike codenamed T103. The 103 would later be identified as 903, which would be the cc's of the engine. So thanks to the quick thinking at Kawasaki and being able to do a complete 180 by scrapping their 750cc build. In 1972, at the Tokyo Motor Show, they were able to unveil their Z900, which completely blindsided Honda. Honda couldn't do anything about it and quickly found out that they were very behind. Kawasaki Z900 comes right under $9,200. Factor in tax and license. Now let's go ahead and talk to you about what $9,200 gets you in between your legs. You're getting an inline 4 dual overhead cam with 948 cc's. Now Kawasaki is very adamant of advertising their new throttle bodies, dual throttle bodies, for whatever reason. Doesn't seem all that special to me. They also are offering 2 colors. You get either a metallic white or a metallic blue. Personally, I think the blue is a little bit more classy, but then again, to each their own. Now, as far as power numbers goes, I've gathered a few different figures from a few different websites, but Kawasaki claims 113 horsepower and 73 foot-pounds of torque. Now, those numbers are kind of similar to 600cc engines. The torque is a little bit more just due to the fact that it has more cc's, but for the most part, you're getting a 600cc engine in an upright position motorcycle, which could be, you know, a very comfortable bike, but then again, there are some setbacks to it. Now, that engine is paired up with a kind of unique and weird transmission. It's a 6-speed transmission, but it does have this weird action of return shift. Now, if you've never heard of a return shift transmission, don't worry, I hadn't heard of one either till now. But pretty much what it means, and this is straight off their website, is that every gear has to be engaged before moving either down or up. So meaning if you're coming to a stop, you cannot just grab the clutch and just start slamming on the gear shifter down to get into first gear. You have to, like, I'm guessing you would have to either grab the clutch, shift it, engage it, grab the clutch again, shift it, engage it, which is just kind of blows my mind how that makes any sense. You're also getting a, you know, pretty overly average fuel tank, which is 4.5 gallons. All right, well, let's talk weight. The Z900 is by no means a lightweight. She's definitely a thickie. It's almost 500 pounds, 470 to be exact. Now that does have a lot to do with the fact that they're using a trellis frame. Now while they are heavy, they're also very strong and rigid. The suspension that has been paired up with it is kind of a letdown, to be honest. It does seem like Kawai's just using an in-house no-name 41mm forks with a horizontally mounted shock in the back. It's also matched up with dual disc rotors in the front and a single in the back. Again, all in-house calibers. It all kind of just seems like a letdown. Alright, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Kawai has definitely been a letdown. As far as tech goes, you're getting an eco mode, you're getting traction control, you're getting rider modes, you're getting the ability to connect your phone, you're getting ABS. You're also getting an assisted and slipper clutch. There's also a SE model, so that one does have a little bit more fancier features. You're getting gold forks. The travel seems to be the same, so whether or not they just made them gold and are charging almost $2,000 more, who knows. But you know, I think for the price, and if you're just a hardcore Kawai fan, then you know you could put all this everything I just said, you could put it behind you and get what you want. It's not a bad looking motorcycle. I just feel that it's a little bit of a letdown as far as...
Alright, so next bike on our list, we're going to be talking about the GSX750R. And I have to say, can we just give a round of applause for Suzuki? I mean, they did a stunning job with this bike. The colorway, that blue with that fluorescent greenish yellow. And the bike is priced relatively low. I mean, it comes at, you know, right under 9K. And for that 9K, you're getting 112 horsepower, 59 foot-pounds of torque, all coming from an inline 4 standard Suzuki, tried and true. One thing about the Japanese bikes is that they have it down when it comes to reliability and, you know, quality and tried and true. And so that inline 4 is going to be paired with a 6-speed transmission. You're getting a 4.2 gallon gas tank, so you're definitely going to have enough range to do your riding and not have to worry about fill-ups as much as some of the other bikes we're talking about. But overall, Suzuki, as far as the powertrain goes so far, has done an amazing job. And we still haven't even got to the suspension, which they also did an amazing job. So I mean, just take a look at this bike. I mean, they're pairing the Suzuki up with KYB suspension, 41 millimeters up front. You also get a KYB shock in the rear. Dual disc brakes, of course. I think it's like right around like 310 if I'm not mistaken. 310 in the front, or 220 in the back. You got rider modes and LCD screen, all that stuff. They are lacking, I have to say. Suzuki just always seems like they're the last ones that finally, will upgrade their infotainment system. But overall, I think that the bike is definitely a super solid bike. You're getting the creature comforts of, traction control, ABS. Now, the model that I'm showing you here, I actually don't know if this is going to be their top spec model. They might have, a baser model, but from what I gathered, I am 99% sure that this model is the model that you can get for right under $9,000. You're also going to be getting that 1-year warranty, which is pretty standard. I'm super impressed with Suzuki. Good job, Suzuki. You definitely have nailed this one. And that's going to, conclude today's video. And oh, shit. I guess we can talk about our last bike. Honda. What have you been doing? I mean, what is this? Honda, what were you thinking? Like, where was your minds when you guys developed this motorcycle? About it. CB650R. Where do I start? I mean, you're getting an inline 4, right? Price is 93 horsepower, 50 foot-pounds of torque. You're going to be getting... I don't even know where to start with this, because that, to me, I mean, it's going to be enough for most people. 93 horsepower is not... I'm not saying 93 horsepower is not enough. You have an inline 4, you're going to need at least more torque, because those bikes, you need to rev them out. They inline 4s, the way they work, the happy medium is after 7,000 RPMs. That's when they're happy. That's when you get all into the power band. So you definitely need them to have a little bit more torque, and 46 is just way too low. On the other hand, I mean, it does look like a nice bike. I'm not gonna say it's not. You're getting dual disc brakes in the front. You're also getting a single in the back. I mean, it's pretty standard. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I personally would not recommend getting it, just because this whole category that we're talking about is for intermediate riders. You're trying to just move on to like that next level of riding with a little bit more power. Honestly, Honda, I would not recommend it 100%. Even if you're a Honda fan, you should be insulted at what they've created. As far as like creature comforts, you are going to get like traction control, you're going to get ABS, but I mean, that's just basic, I guess, for nowadays. Overall, Honda. Alright, so let's go into my top picks for you if you are an intermediate rider. My first pick would definitely be the Yamaha. Colors there, you got the power, you got the cross-plane 3-cylinder. I mean, what else do you want? You get that intoxicating sound, you get the look, you get the performance, you get the all that. My second would be Suzuki, and it's funny because I'm not a Suzuki guy, but I have to respect it when a company gets it right. When a manufacturer gets it right, you have to respect it. And then my third choice would be Kawasaki. The only thing that I'm not happy with is the suspension, the brakes. Number 1, Yami. Number 2, Suzuki. Number 3, Cow. Have a good night. Stay up. 2 wheels down. Peace.